All right, y'all, we are all in on the Christmas spirit today, so bear with me. This is healthy-ish. It's the best we can do while still making it festive for the holidays and all the holiday parties coming up. So, what the hell is this? This is a warm boursin and cranberry holiday dip. I literally dreamt this up, and it actually turned out really good. So, let's jump right into it. All right, so obviously, we've got some cranberries. You can use fresh or frozen. We're gonna use a cup of these. Now, essentially what we're doing, let me move these. We are gonna simmer all of these ingredients just over the stove and mix these two cheeses together. This is gonna be like our whipped cheese base. It's gonna be a little bit warm, but once we make this cranberry sauce, which by the way, guys, I'm not a fan of cranberry sauce, so it's beyond me why I dreamt this recipe up, but I don't know what you guys dream about. I dream about mostly food. And this is really, really good. The sweetness with the honey and then some of the orange juice and orange zest is what's gonna create that little concoction there. But these cheeses, if they're not already room temperature, I like melting it just a little bit in the microwave. And we're gonna combine, this is a Boursin Garlic and Fine Herbs cheese. Oh my God, it's so good. You could literally just eat this with a cracker, to be honest. And then some cream cheese. We are gonna use 4 ounces of this. This tub right here is 8 ounces. So just like the Philadelphia blocks of cream cheese that are 8 ounces, same diff here, just in a container. I like this brand. It's Nancy's Organic Probiotic Cream Cheese. I'm not gonna sit here and say cream cheese is healthy for you, but this is a way, way, way healthier alternative. So those are the cheeses. This is the sauce mixture. These herbs, this is just rosemary and fresh thyme. The rosemary is necessary just for a little flavor here, but the thyme, if you want to skip it, you can. It just adds a little prettiness, a little decor. And then honestly, crackers for dipping. I just went down the cracker aisle and played cracker roulette because I just grabbed whatever I thought would look good with this. So these are garlic and parsley bruschetta. I have no idea if I'm saying that right, but they're like little bruschetta crackers. So I thought that'd be cute, basically a crouton. And then these, rosemary artesian crackers. I also don't really know what artesian means. They're just crackers, guys, but we're using rosemary here, so I thought rosemary here would be good. There's rosemary and garlic and this Boursin cheese. Is there a wrong cracker option? I don't think so. So it's really just whatever you like. And if you're feeling like you wanna be a little bit healthier, cut up some cucumbers or bell peppers. I'm just not gonna do that. I'm making this for a party, so I don't think anyone's gonna be snacking on veggies. So, that being said, let's get started on the sauce first. All right, so in a medium saucepan, we're just gonna throw this on medium heat. We've got our cup of cranberries. I already went ahead and rinsed those. So whatever you have left over, honestly, you can just freeze them. So we've got a runaway cranberry there. But now we have got to add 2 tablespoons of honey. You can use honey or maple syrup. I almost went for the maple syrup, but I just don't want it to be too overpowering because I kind of want to taste the orange. So this is now my second time making this, and I've used honey both times, and it turns out great, but by all means, use whatever you like. And then we're gonna do roughly a half teaspoon of orange zest. I'm not gonna measure that. You really don't have to stress too much about it, just shave a little bit in there. All right, we've got our orange zest in there, and then we just need about a tablespoon's worth of fresh squeezed orange juice. For the record, a tablespoon of fresh squeezed orange juice is probably just about half an orange. That's what I'm doing. If you really want to measure it, you can, but it's not necessary. All right, I haven't changed anything as far as the heat goes, still on medium, but as you can see, the cranberries are kind of popping a little bit. That's perfect. We're gonna simmer this for about 5 or 10 minutes just to kind of let it do its thing. I'm gonna take a fork and then mash these cranberries. Actually, I just used my spoon last time. That works great. So just mash up the cranberries, continue simmering this. And like I said, 5 to 10 minutes is all we need. Once we remove it from the heat, I'm gonna leave it in the pan because it'll continue to thicken like it is right now into a sauce. All right, I almost forgot salt. Just do like a little sprinkle. And then I'm going to kill the heat. And I'm going to just let this sit. It'll continue to thicken just a bit, but let's go make the cheese mixture. All right, the cranberry sauce is just hanging out back there, obviously off the heat. Now we're just going to add our Boursin cheese. This kind of stinks when you take it out of the package, but trust me, it's good. And then half our tub, which again, 4 ounces worth of cream cheese. This cream cheese is so much better than the Philadelphia kind too. I swear it's just like significantly creamier. Now these are pretty much room temperature, but I want it a little bit more spreadable, and I kind of want it warm to serve this as like a warm cheesy dip with the warm cranberry sauce. So I'm going to nuke it in the microwave for probably 10 or 15 seconds. Everyone's microwave is different, so just do it in small increments until you can whisk it. Okay, right on. That was 15 seconds and it is perfect. I totally could have used a smaller bowl, by the way, but this, I'm so serious, you could eat this just plain. It doesn't even need the cranberry sauce. It smells so good. However, we have the cranberry sauce, so I am just going to shovel this out onto this little platter. Any dish of sorts, if you have a prettier one than this, by all means go for it. I don't, so I'm just using this little board. If you had like one of those Christmas tree shaped cutting boards, you know, words are hard. You guys know what I'm trying to say. If you have one of those, that would look so cute to make this in like a Christmas tree shape. Just a thought. So no rhyme or reason to this part, but I'm just gonna make a little circle kind of with a little swirl in it so the cranberry sauce will hold in the center. I'm leaving some space on the outside just so I can put the crackers or any kind of dip chip there, so it's just easier for convenience sake. I'm gonna try to get fancy with a little spoon. You know how like people do like a really pretty swirl? I don't know if that's gonna turn out for me, but let's try it. This is looking more like an oval. You know, we did our best. It's all right. Now just throw on the cranberry sauce. Can you guys actually see how much that thickened up? It's absolutely perfect. I'm thinking it's not the cranberry sauce's fault that I didn't like it. I just don't think after all these years, I don't like the shitty canned version because that's all I've ever had. So this, by the way, fantastic. Looks kind of pretty. All right, we're about done, but we need the herbs and the crackers. All right, this is literal perfection. All we're missing is just a little bit of rosemary. I am just going to tear this into really tiny pieces, like flakes, and just sprinkle it over the top. Rosemary is kind of strong, so I don't like to use a ton of it. And let's be honest, no one wants to get just a bite of a leaf in whatever they're eating. So just tear it up. No need to cut it up or put it in the food processor. We're not using that much of it, so don't worry about it. And then same thing with the thyme. I'm gonna use just a very, very little amount. I'll honestly use less of the thyme than I did with the rosemary. So very small amount. Look at it. It looks so pretty. Look, these are like little croutons. No shit. That's awesome. Okay, that's exciting. I thought that these were gonna be like the bland little crostini crackers, but these look like they're carrying some seasoning, so that's nice. I am just gonna arrange these around like so, but I'm gonna alternate them just for presentation's sake. Y'all, these crackers are freaking huge. Like that just seems super unnecessary. So I'm just breaking these and throwing them on here, kind of into little rustic chunks. I feel like it's fitting for the dish, unless you do that and it breaks into a zillion pieces, but that's fine. All right, and last but not least, just for pure decor sake, I'm gonna throw a little sprig of rosemary right over the top. Oh my gosh, how cute. It turned out so good. Honestly, throwing a fresh sprig of any kind of herbs, primarily rosemary, on anything during the holidays makes it look like you worked 10 times harder than you did. So highly recommend using at least one of the herbs as a garnish. Like I said, there's rosemary in the cheese, so I mean, you're not really getting a whole lot of flavor from the herbs. So this literally came together in like 10 minutes. No time at all. I would recommend double batching this. I'd say if you were having a reasonable amount, then this would probably serve 6 to 8 people, but it is so good. And I don't know about you guys, but if I'm drinking, I'm not sitting down for a meal. I'm a snacker. So I would probably like devour this board, me and probably 2 other friends. So would recommend double batching it, but again, you guys do what you want. They have actually different kinds of these Boursin cheeses. You can make a few different variations. If you wanted to make like a rustic Tuscan type vibe, you could do sun-dried tomatoes instead of cranberries. I think that would be good. I'm not really sure. I haven't tried that. Just thought about it. But I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this one. Enjoy your Christmas and New Year's. I should be dropping another recipe before Christmas, but be on the lookout for that. If not, enjoy, and I will see you guys next time.